Okay, so till now we have covered few transformations, few tasks, right? So today also we are going to cover two more topics, which is nothing but some fuzzy lookup and fuzzy grouping. So these are also very important while doing the ETL. So it will be useful at the first level of the data scrutiny. Okay, so what is this fuzzy lookup and what is this fuzzy grouping? We will see one by one. So let's take one scenario and we'll implement how it will be useful this one. Okay, the first one is fuzzy lookup. Okay, so let's say I'm having one table here. Okay, so this is my table where I used to get data. Let's say I will name it as an some locations. My table name it called it as an locations. Okay. So in this table I'm having different some country names or location names. Okay. India, USA, Singapore, Malaysia. Like this, I'm having different country names I'm having. Okay, so each country name will be having some ID and respect to data, their data, some sales in the sales column they will be have some sales amount and their number of profit and loss. Like this the table will be containing so many columns, but here our concentration is on the locations only. So sometimes what happens is while doing the data entry, okay, we used to get the spelling mistakes. Okay, they will be missing something called, let's say India, they will write I and D I. That's it. They will used to forget the value A. The character A is missing, but they will think of that it is an India only, but they used to miss A here. Okay, like this we used to get the records. So, but as while loading this data from the source to destination, we have to identify this type of records. What are the spelling mistakes we have? Okay, let's say if we have some 10 or 100 or something 200 records, by manually we can do something. If there is some thousands and millions of records are coming like this, sales related data, respect to locations. So in that case, we cannot specifically go and check every record, right? So it's very difficult and we cannot. It will take a lot of time actually. So but at the same time we cannot load that same data into our warehouse. Why? Because it has some lot of spelling mistakes and need to be have some corrections. Sometimes we need to do all these things at the first level itself. We have to be handle this type of scenario. So for that, what we will do is we will take fuzzy lookup. Okay, there is a one transformation called fuzzy lookup. Okay, what it will be do and how it will be useful to correct this type of scenarios means, let's say I'll be having one lookup table here. I'll be having my lookup table here. We'll be calling it as an a lookup table, LKP. Means this is on a lookup table where I'm having the proper names actually. India, USA, Canada, Malaysia, Singapore, whatever it may be. So whatever the list here, I can see having some multiple records with duplicate names, the same spelling mistakes, all those things. But in my lookup table, I'm having the proper names here. Means here India is means India with a proper name. Means without spelling mistakes, I am having all these data. Okay. So what I will do is by using this fuzzy lookup, I'll be mapping this column to this column here. Okay, so this column to this column, and I will check whether how much similarity is matching to this one and this one. Let's say there is a value here India, right? So here also it is having INDIA. So what it will do is it will try to check the similar value in the lookup table. So if it is match around 90%, then what it will do is it will try to replace this value here. Okay, first it will check whether this value is available or in this table or not. Yes, we have this value means it will check whether the value is almost similar to the same characters are matching here and there. Then it will try to replace that same value into the destination. Okay, this is my destination. Okay, so while coming to this destination, what it will do is, here my source column is coming as an INDI, and I am having the lookup table INDIA. Okay, what it will try to load when it coming to the destination is, it will check how many characters are matching here. INDIA. Only character A is missing. Means almost 90% the column or characters are matching here. So what it will do is it will try to replace it as an the INDIA. Now the destination will be comes as an INDIA, India. Okay, like this it will check every value, and we can give the similarity percentage also. But try to check maximum matching of the characters in both the columns. So if it is matching more than 90%, then only it will try to replace this one. Okay. So, and it will replace as an India and send it to the destination. Like this, it will check every location and try to replace. What happens if you don't match? Okay. So if you don't match, it will say it will be comes as it is. Let's say I am having the characters INDIA, but I am having the next letter only IND. Then it is saying some 60% of threshold is matching, not yeah, another two characters are missing IA. So what it will be mapping here, INDIA will be mapping to this column, and it will try to see whether how much percentage it is getting matching. So in that case it is around, but we have given mapping 90%. Then in that case it won't be matched. Then it will take it as some new location. Means there is a one new location called IND, then it will be comes into the destination. Like this, every location is mapped to lookup here. Okay, like this, the fuzzy lookup will be work. Okay, let's take one example and then you can easily understand. Now I'm going to take a new package here. Okay, I will rename it fuzzy lookup. Okay, I will take one data flow task, fuzzy lookup, right? I will just give some shortcut name, fuzzy lookup, and my source is table here, LETV source, some locations, okay, and transformation fuzzy lookup, and one destination. Okay, so let's see how the table data it will be, how it will be mapping and all these things. Before, I just want to show you what are the tables I am taking here. I am having one table called locations here, which is nothing but my source. In that, I am having these many records I have inserted into this table, and these are the records available in my source here. So if you see, I am having 5 records here. In first record, I am having India, USA, Europe, Singapore, India, something. Okay. So if you see here, my first record and fifth record are repeated, and if you see they are all like INDI. A is missing here. Okay. When I do with the lookup with this lookup table, so it will try to check how much similarity is matching with my lookup table. Okay. Let me show you my lookup table also. So I have created one lookup table, and in that I have, if you see this one, this is my lookup table, lookup locations, which is nothing but my lookup table. In that I have inserted few more records, which are correct records actually. Okay, and I'm going to map this one with this source. Okay, and this is my destination. Destination locations means actually this records has to be go into my destination. Okay, right? So for that I have created my one more table called destinations. Okay, and there are no records in the destinations as of now. Why? Because now we are going to, okay, I think there is some records here. Let me truncate this one. So there are no locations in this. Now I will look up these locations to lookup column, lookup table, and try to load it to my destination. So that is what we have seen, right? Now we will see one by one connectivity. So here I am taking new connection in my dev database. I am going to connect my table name called locations. What are the columns I'm having? ID and location. Okay, done. I'm connecting with fuzzy lookup transformation, and here it is asking was which fuzzy give me the lookup table to look up that column. It is asking. Okay, I'm having lookup table as in a lookup location. That is my lookup table here. Go to the columns. So here it is asking on which column we need to have the lookup. Means this is my source, right? So this is my lookup table. So here location name and here location name. It has to look up my source into my lookup table and then replace the value here. Let's say I think here it is some same name I'm having, right? So I will try to rename this one Fuzzy. Means this is my source location, this is my lookup table location, and this location I am doing lookup here. Means it will check some similarity here. If you go to this advanced tab, here we have the beautiful options. Similarity threshold means if it is matching 0.00 also, it will be, you can replace that value to the original value. You just want to see only the 50%. If it is matching, then we can give the matching here as in a 0.5. Means some, if it is matching some half of the characters also, then we can replace this one. Or if you want exact matching, then we have to give it some 99%. Then only we are going to replace this one. Okay, but as of now, let's take it as a 0%. Okay, just click OK here and send connect to the destination. Okay, destination locations. What is our table name? Yeah, destination locations. Here, go to the mapping. If you see this one, here we have one column name called, I think we are renamed, right? One second. We have renamed it as an fuzzy. So that fuzzy lookup has to be mapping here. So if you see this one, the input is now our fuzzy, lookup table column, and our destination is same location name. So while coming to the source, it will have lookup, and if it is checked, the similarity, confidence, and the location name. So I will show you with the while executing, then you can easily understand. For that, what I am going to do is here I am giving some data viewer to check how the data is coming here before loading to the destination. Okay. Now I will try to execute this one. It's executing. Let's see. So before it's sending, see, this is how data is coming. So you know this data viewer, right? I have explained you before also. So before sending it to the data, we can see how the data is coming from the source. If you see, this is our source while coming in the locations. When we do the lookup here, it is, if you see this one INDIA, it is replaced with INDIA. It is saying that similarity is 80% and system is confident at 0.50%, and similarity location percentage. It means its system is giving some analysis here. These columns we didn't create it. It's automatically created. When we do the any lookup on the, if we are doing fuzzy lookup, then system will automatically consider all these things. Means how much similarity is matching, how much system is confident about this lookup matching. So all these things it will consider and it will takes into the picture. Okay, we have given some 0.00, right? That's why it is taking minimum value. If you want to check it 0.5 or 50%, you can play around this one, all these things. But first thing is you need to understand the concept, all these things. Okay, how it will be replacing. If you see, now it is got replaced here. INDI is replaced with INDI, means now the values are correctly loading into the destinations. Now we can say confidently that now the destination data is properly updated. Okay, just click this one, press OK. 5 records are came. Let's go and check to the destination here. Destination locations, see, USA, India, Singapore, India. So now the data has properly came. Okay, what we did here, if you see this one, uh, this, these are the points to be discussed here. So fuzzy lookup, what we done, we'll be have some lookup table where we have all the original values. Yes, we did the same thing. We have taken one lookup table and we have mapped with that original values to the source. So if it is having 90% matching, 50% matching, so respective columns will be replaced into our destination. Okay, and it will checks for the similarity and replace the input value. So these are the 2 points which we need to be note down while doing this fuzzy lookup. Okay, so that is what the fuzzy lookup. Now we have one more concept called as a fuzzy grouping. Okay, so that's why I have given the heading as a fuzzy lookup and fuzzy grouping. Okay, what does this do in the fuzzy grouping? The concept is the same here. So what we are going to do in the fuzzy grouping? Okay, it will take all the values and order them. It checks the maximum similarity and updates the new value. Okay, let's say I will take the same table here for a better understanding. The same table I am having the locations table right now we have seen, right? So where we have India, USA, Singapore, like this, right? So the same table we will be using fuzzy grouping transformation. Okay, fuzzy grouping. I will make it as an FG. Okay, this is my destination. The same table I am going to take. There is no change, but just only the transformation is changed here. Okay, while doing this transformation, what it will do is it won't take any lookup table here. In the fuzzy grouping, we don't have any table reference to check the original values. Okay, what it will do is it will check in the source itself. Okay, let me tell you, I'm having India here, INDI. So USA, like this I am having few records, and again the value is repeated here, INDIA. Okay, and I will take one few more records here. Okay, now what fuzzy grouping will do is, first thing is it will sort the order the values, means it will order them depends on the name. Next thing is it will check how many records are properly, group into the same name. Let's say I'm having here, if you see INDIA, INDIE, INDIA. So how much records, how many records are having the similarities? Let's say here the similarity percentage is having more in this here. Means two records are having proper name, one record is not having the proper name. So then what the fuzzy group will do is, okay, means number of records are coming like this way, INDIA. So it means this record is having some wrong. Why? Because in my complete records, most of the records are having the same pattern like INDIA. So it will take considering this as a proper, and it will try to replace this one as also INDIA. Okay. So what it is doing is it is trying to grouping the similar records. First thing is grouping all these things. So in that it will check how much percentage of the uh, records are having the proper name. Let's say here out of three, two are correct. Then the third one is wrong. Then in that case, it will take maximum percentage of correction, and it will try to replace this value here. Means if I say another record INDIA, so here if you see this one, I'm having the three records with the same name. So it will try to check the fourth record. Okay, this one is having some character is missing. Why? Because how it is judging is most of the records are INDIA. So it will take the maximum similarity based on this grouping of the records, and it will try to replace the fourth record as an INDIA. Okay, and then it will send it to the destination. Okay, here we don't have any lookup table to match here. It will try to look up on the source itself. How it will be grouping is, it will take first thing is it will order it, and then it will group into this, and then it will check how much similarity it is matching, and then it will be try to replace the correct value. Okay, let me take the example, then you can easily understand here. Let me take another new package here, or else I will do it here itself. I will just disable this one. Now I will take fuzzy grouping. Okay, FG. The same thing here. Source is same, and I am using the transformation fuzzy grouping, and my same destination OLEDB destination. Okay, and before to that I will like to truncate this destination. Why? Because I am already having some records in my destination when I do the fuzzy lookup, right? So for that sake I am doing truncate, so that it will take it as a fresh rule. And I would like to insert the few more records here, India. Why? Because then only you can easily understand the fuzzy grouping. Okay, if more number of records are there, then similarities will check here. See, here I am having first record and fifth record are not properly, and rest of the records are same here. So how many records are having the proper here? 4 records are there. 2 records are not having proper naming. So now when I do the fuzzy grouping, so it will take the similarity checking. So it is having 90% of the records are coming like this, only one or two records are not coming, not in a proper way. So it will take the maximum percentage and it will check, yes, one letter is missing, it means this is the wrong record, then it will be loading this into this record. Okay, now see, we'll check in the package, actually don't worry. The same package, locations, where it is. Yes, I have taken the table, column name here. Yes. Now I am going to do the fuzzy grouping. Connectivity is already there. So here I want to do the grouping on the location name. Okay. And if you see here, matching type is fuzzy or exact. We have the two options here. Means it is asking you want to do the fuzzy grouping or exact matching. We have the two options, where if you can see in the fuzzy lookup we have seen uh, the percentage matching like that, right? Here also we have two options, like matching type is exactly you want to match, or you want to do the fuzzy lookup. Let's take fuzzy grouping itself. Okay, now go to the advanced.
Can you go back from the management to the, I mean, group from programs that you are going to add something in the program?
So it will try to replace these two records with these matching records. Okay, that's what the fuzzy grouping will do, right? So that's what I am connecting here. So here I am taking the same thing here. Connection manager, I have connected this one. This is a fuzzy group transformation. In this, it's asking on which column you want to do the fuzzy grouping. I have given the input column is my location name. So it is outputting the same name as an output name clean. Means it is cleaning the data. That's why it is asking, given the some cleaning. It's an automatically name. I didn't given any name. It's automatically provided by the transformation. And one more option here we have is exact and fuzzy. So what it is saying, how you want to do the fuzzy grouping? You want to try to exact match, or you want to do the fuzzy grouping? So I would like to say fuzzy grouping. Why? Because if you do the exact matching, then definitely it won't be matched. Why? Because we don't have the exact matching here. We are first record India, fifth record India, and sixth record India. So here we are not exactly matching. Why? Because the one character is missing. So in that case, it won't consider and it won't be replaced here. Okay. If you do the fuzzy grouping, then it will do group, and it will check how much similarity it is and how much percentage it is having. So here it is default options which is given. So I will take again some 0 only, and I will connect to my destination, which is destination locations. Same thing, but here my name is clean. Why? Because it is coming from grouping column. So that's why this column data has to come into my location. Okay, good. We are done with this. So again we see some data viewer here, so that how the fuzzy grouping is doing, how much percentage it is confident, all these things we can check it here. Okay, now let's start executing this one. Yes, uh, yes, it has replaced now. Let me show you this one. These are the records. Now first thing, it has ordered this one. Yes, it is ordered. First thing, it is ordered. Now this is my source, and if you see, it has replaced as an INDAA. How it was taken the consideration, it is seeing that yes, the score of matching is 80%. Then it was replacing all these four characters. It is saying that the properly only these two records are not coming properly. That's why most percentage of matching with these two columns is saying that okay, four records are coming correctly, two records are not coming. So then it will be considering as these two records are wrong and try to replacing the with the four records of pattern. Okay, now it will load into the destination as properly. Just okay. Now we will go and check here into our destination table. Select star from destination. Yes, if you see this one, all the records are having the proper name here. All are India, India, India. So nowhere no record is missing here. All are came properly. Okay. So all the records are first it was ordered, and then it was got updated by using the fuzzy grouping. Okay. This is what about the fuzzy grouping.
Yeah, I am clear with both these.
Okay, fine. So that's all for today's class. So we'll try to cover few more tasks and transformation in the coming sessions. Okay.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.